Sports from where you live.
Welcome to the Friday Night Frenzy alongside Rob Hughes. I'm Ross Bolin, and we begin tonight's show with a boys-girls doubleheader at Muncie Central.
That's where the Lafayette Jeff Broncos were in action. We start on the boys' side where Scott Radiker's team was looking to build from a 16-point win at Highland. Win tonight will pull the Broncos within one game of the 500 mark. David Hanyard running away from the pack in transition. The Jeff sophomore goes all the way to the rack and lays it off the glass to score the first bucket of the game. Later on, Hanyard swings it over to Sam Collins. He fires it to the other Collins. Darian lets it fly from deep. How about some more David Hanyard action? He freezes up the defender with the crossover and drains a step back. Nothing but nylon. 32 points from the sophomore guard. Jeff beats Muncie Central 80-71 in overtime. Things not as close in the girls' game. The Broncos not on the positive end of this one. Lexi Randolph bounces it over to Taylor Pearson. She banks it in. Not sure if she called it, but we'll give it to her. Jeff down 40-13 at the half. Yeah, you're used to that, huh?
Yep.
Madison Flanagan with the hard take to the cup falls short. Randolph collects the board in a sea of Bearcat defenders. Goes back up and scores. Shelby Murch calling for the rock in the post. She lays it off the window. The Broncos never really in this one, but they kept on trucking. Final seconds of the game. Riley McTaggart hits the three ball. Jeff, though, falls to Muncie Central 65-29.
Over to Westfield, where the Shamrocks hosting the McCutcheon Mavericks. First quarter action. Mavericks trailing by 4. Trayshawn Hurd hesitates, fires, and buries the three to make it 9-8. Then it's Hurd scanning the defense and finding Mark Neal. He gets the bucket and the foul, but could not convert the three-point play. Second quarter now. Mavericks swing the ball around and find Hayden Deaton from the right wing. He butters the biscuit to make it 13-9.
He will do that, Ross.
Shamrocks would answer, though. Off the inbounds, it's Sawyer Olson for 2 a few possessions later. Shamrocks beat the trap, looking for an open man and finding Connor Oswald. He nails the three. Shamrocks up by 1. Late in the half, big sequence here. Mavericks down 1. Deontay Nunn delivers a great pass to Mark Neal for the oop, but Neal comes down hard.
Ouch.
Shamrocks try to take advantage and draw the foul. Neal would be taken to the sideline with the ankle injury. It doesn't look good. Adding insult to injury, Westfield wins 60-55. The Lebanon Tigers hosting the Frankfurt Hot Dogs, and everyone was having a gilly good time. First quarter, Frankfurt forward Carter Taylor nails the jumper to put the Hot Dogs on the board first. Lebanon ball now, and they show a little inside-out action to get it to Kyle Williams, who buries the three ball. This one was back and forth early. Now watch this inbound pass. Jared Smith with the absolute dime to Luis Medina, who puts Frankfurt up at that point. Medina was everywhere in the first half with 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Gets the inbounds pass, launches it over 2 defenders, and connects from way downtown, making it a 12-all game after 1. But Lebanon had an answer for everything as Clayton Barber swings it over to Will Bird, and Bird will take it to the rack, get the and one. The Tigers bite the Dogs in this one, winning at home. Final score 53-46.
Let's head to Crawfordsville for the Sugar Creek Classic. North Montgomery getting it started against Southmont. Keep your eye on Caleb Randolph going.
Well, they were fired up, weren't they?
Yeah, right. Are we a little late here?
Maybe.
A little cheerleader action. All right, here's the highlights. North Montgomery getting it started against Southmont. Keep your eye on Caleb Randolph going hard in the paint for the Chargers. That's not all he does tonight. Now keep your eyes on the big guy, number 11, Grant Gaylor. Gets the ball from the key, and you can hear it in the background, 3-2-1. He drains the three before halftime. Gaylor leading the Chargers into the locker room, feeling good. After the break, the Mounties have a little comeback. Camden Chad steals the rock from Randolph, breaks for it, open court. Alex Parsons tries to stop him, but he drains an easy 2. Caleb Swick clears the ball, gets it out to the key where Jarrett Todd drains a 3, but it just was not enough. The Chargers edge off the Mounties, 48-36.
In Game 2, the Athenians with a rowdy student section hosting the Western Boone Stars. Marshall Hodgen throws one up from downtown. Riggs Baxter keeping it going with the rebound and the putback for the Stars. The Stars were scrappy tonight. Hodgen again from the key, bricks it, but gets his own board and gets it to Zach McMahon for another Weibo layup. Crawfordsville keeping up though with a quick flip to Nick Corbin for the layup and a near turnover, but they keep their composure and get the 2 points right there. Some pretty good ball movement. And two more right here. Weibo kept it close, but the Athenians were able to shoot the Stars tonight by winning by 2 points.
It's that time of the night. Coming up after the break, we'll catch up with Harrison head coach Mark Reinhardt.
The Raiders with the night off, but Coach can't say the same thing. He's in the studio, and we're going to put him to work. The Frenzy.
I love that shot.
We'll be right back. Back to the Frenzy, making his first appearance on our show this season. Harrison head coach Mark Reinhardt.
Coach,
be here.
thanks for joining us, obviously, on your night off. We appreciate that. Your guys, 6-3. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about your team so far this season.
We really feel like we're a work in progress, but we're excited about, our potential to grow as the season continues. And we try to really convince our kids that this is a marathon. And if we can just be one of those teams that continues to get better week by week, we really have a chance to be a pretty good team by the end of the year.
And it seems like you have been getting better as the weeks have gone on, but a little bit of a break here, as it is every year. But then when you have, this one tonight, it adds up to, a pretty big span in between games.
Yeah, we're gonna be 2 weeks before we play from last weekend, and wasn't intended. Our kids were ready to go tonight, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we talked to them today in practice about we can be a different team when we come back next Friday with the practice time that we have, but that's up to us to take advantage of it.
You barely really started in NCC play, but what do you think so far about the change in conference, and what do you expect, I guess, out of Kokomo as your next opponent in a week?
To be honest, I haven't really seen a whole lot on them because we were busy getting ready for Huntington North, but it's been really exciting, for us to be able to go to Marion and win. That was a great atmosphere, great game, and there's a lot of those venues in the NCC that are pretty fun places to go to.
As we take a look at your upcoming schedule, a couple of things stand out to me. One, and I'm going to get on my high horse here, why in the world is the Harrison-West Lafayette game on a Saturday night? And that's a rhetorical question because I know that's more of a question for Brock Tolukian and Jerry Galma. And two, you're playing at a lighthouse this year, which is pretty impressive.
They do a lot of things now. Sometimes they play college games on military ships and stuff,
Yeah.
so we'll go wherever we can to get a game.
On a serious note, 4 out of your next 5 games are at home, so this is obviously an important time for your team.
Yeah, I think we can go on a nice run. We just have to continue to be consistent and get better, and we're going through a process of really trying to learn how to play together, and I think the future's really bright for us in the next 8 weeks if we can continue to improve.
Somebody we've not talked to you about before, we were talking a little bit about the show, but you got a new guy on your team, a senior, a guy who can do some things for you in the post.
Yeah, Isaiah's a talented kid. He's done a really nice job. He got here in October, and that's not an easy thing. Completely new scenario for him. He came from Georgia, and he's done a nice job of trying to meld into our guys and to our culture that we have in our program. And
there he is.
He gives us, he obviously with his length and athleticism gives us something that we compare with, the guys that we have that can shoot the ball. We feel like we can be a pretty good team offensively.
And his new best friend is probably Cade Renaker because the inside out is a dangerous combination. Head coach Mark Reinhardt joining us on the Frenzy. Thank you very much for being here.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And best of luck, obviously, in that home stretch coming up. That just about wraps up tonight's show. We have 6 games of bonus highlights, and, of course, just make sure to check out our website, WLFI.com, for all the postponements and cancellations as well.
Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.